Jana Duggar on being guarded while dating and how she knew husband Stephen Wissmann was the one exclusive. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. For Duggar family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. The former Counting On star says that she had been a slower mover in her relationship with husband Stephen Wissmann. Jana Duggar is opening up about falling in love with husband Stephen Wissmann in an exclusive interview with People. The former Counting On star, 34, says that she had been a slower mover on the romantic side of the relationship with Stephen, which has evolved over time. The two knew each other for years, having been longtime family friends. Jana's brother, Jeremiah, even married Stephen's sister, Hannah, in 2022. Jana and Stephen, who wed in Prairie Grove, Arkansas, on Thursday, August 15, in a classic, elegant ceremony, reconnected in recent years when they briefly dated before breaking things off. They ultimately rekindled the romance early this year, and were engaged on June 15. Speaking to People, Jana says it was Stephen's character and his consistency that made her realize he was the one. "I think it's just been over time, his character, his coming back, still loving me no matter what," Jana, the eldest child of Jim Bob Duggar and Michelle Duggar, says. "I know we have a big crazy family and that requires still kind of putting up with a lot of things. I'm like, my goodness, there are not too many people that do that. He must really, I guess, genuinely care about me, and I haven't seen that." Related, Jana Duggar marries Stephen Wissmann in elegant Arkansas wedding. "I prayed for this for years." Exclusive, Jana adds that, while it takes her a while to open up to others, Stephen has remained a good friend over the years and has continued to be that through ups and downs and not pressuring me in a lot of ways. "I think I've just been so guarded and just trying to protect and not really hurt again," she adds. When Stephen, 31, asked her out earlier this year, it was via a handwritten letter. "I think people would probably seem like it's very weird, but I thought it was so sweet. Honestly, I think if he would have texted me, I would have been more like, hey, dude, kind of get lost. I'm not really interested." She continues, "But I don't know, something about it really hit me. And I was like, he's so sweet. He really has been there, and how had I not noticed it and realized he is great, and I do love him, and I need to be willing to open up and to allow that." Jana adds that it took a few of those moments for her to realize that Stephen was the one for her, and the initial letter led to 2-3 letters back and forth before we started texting again, and just kind of on a basic friendship level there. Related, Jana Duggar says it was disheartening at times not marrying sooner. "Is it me? Do I have a problem?" Exclusive, and then it progressed quickly just because we were like, okay, yeah. No, we do like each other. Let's just move on, she adds. Ahead of the couple's 500 guest nuptials, which included Jessa Duggar Seawald as the bridesmaid of honor, while her sister-in-law, Abby Duggar, and sisters Joy Anna Forsyth, Johanna Duggar, Jinger Duggar Vuolo and Jordan Duggar were bridesmaids, Jana told People she was beyond excited for her bid day. "I think it is one of those things that all girls envision someday," says Jana. "For me, it felt like, okay, it's never coming. But now it's starting to sink in. Reality is starting to set in. And I'm like, wow, this truly is something that I've dreamed of. And just to see it coming about is incredible and kind of hard to believe. It's a dream come true." Jinger Duggar reveals daughter Evangeline, 4, recently went to the ER after a little bit of a scare. Jinger Duggar and her husband, Jeremy Vuolo, recently took their 4-year-old daughter Evangeline to the emergency room after a little bit of a scare amid a family trip to Texas. "We had a little issue with one of our kids," Duggar, 30, recalled during the Wednesday, December 18, episode of the couple's eponymous podcast. "She ended up in the ER, and it was a little bit of a scare. Those things happen and you have to take the curveballs as they come. Thankfully, she was okay." Duggar continued, she just had a little episode of something, where a doctor even thought maybe she had inhaled something and aspirated a piece of food and it might have been lodged in there. By the time she got a steroid and all, she was breathing well again. According to Duggar, it was initially kind of scary not knowing what happened. Jana Duggar and Jeremy Vuolo's relationship timeline, from courtship to married with children. I heard her cough at 10:30 at night, Vuolo, 37, added. It's almost like a croup cough. I run into her room. And she is, kind of, hunched over and struggling to breathe, and the cough was, like, difficult to come in and breathe out. So, I grab her and run out to the car. In addition to Evangeline, Duggar and Vuolo share 6-year-old daughter Felicity and are currently expecting baby number 3. The family resides in Los Angeles. That was just a really scary feeling, just having her breathing not being well, the counting on alum told Vuolo, noting that Evangeline hadn't seemed sick the entire day. I think with that, we weren't sure if it was asthma and if it was something like that because you had asthma as a kid. Once Duggar and Vuolo arrived at the emergency room, doctors checked Evangeline's pulse and started running tests. Jana Duggar's pregnancy reveal with her mom and sisters involved a hot tub. She was okay. She was stable, Vuolo recalled. She wasn't turning blue, that's the thing I was looking for, too, and the thing that's scary about asthma is your breathing starts to get constricted so it becomes less and less, and that can happen quickly. Evangeline ultimately stabilized in the hospital. We were really thankful that she was able to do well, Duggar added. They just gave her a steroid and said if it was croup, maybe it would help. Whatever they gave her, it helped her so much, and we still don't know exactly what it was. Vuolo further stressed that they plan to get to the bottom of it and run more tests to rule out either asthma or allergies. Jill Duggar and Derrick Dillard visit stillborn daughter's grave. Hope you like the flowers. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. For Duggar family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. 6 months after losing their stillborn daughter, Jill Duggar and husband Derrick Dillard visited her gravesite for the first time. Duggar, 32, posted a video via her Instagram channel, showing her, Dillard and their youngest son, Freddie, picking flowers to bring to baby Isla Marie's grave after the family learned her memorial marker was ready. Isla Marie Dillard, forever loved and forever our baby girl, hope you like the flowers. She captioned the post. We just got the call that Isla's marker is ready and it has been placed, so we are gonna run over to her cemetery and go see her marker for the first time, give her some fresh flowers, the former 19 kids and counting star said to the camera. Jill Duggar shares never before seen pregnancy photos captured before daughter's stillbirth. After gathering flowers, the video moved to the cemetery, where they spotted her marker, and Freddie began laying the flowers. The video showed Isla's marker, which reads Isla Marie Dillard, March 19, 2024. Born into the arms of Jesus. Loved and missed by her papa and mama and 3 big brothers. Duggar and Dillard, 35, married in 2014. They also share sons Israel, 9, and Samuel, 6. They previously experienced a pregnancy loss in 2021. We recently found out we were expecting our 3rd baby, Duggar captioned in October 2021 Instagram video. We were thrilled. However, a few days later we started miscarrying. We love and miss you, River Bliss. Duggar has been open about her losses, recently sharing photos of herself grieving and celebrating her children's lives. On October 3, she posted a photo honoring River, whom she lost 3 years earlier. Jessa, Jill and more Duggar sisters who have opened up about their miscarriages over the years. 10/3/21, the day we lost our 3rd baby to early first trimester miscarriage. River Bliss Dillard, you were loved from the start and will never be forgotten, she captioned the photo. In April, the family held a funeral service for Isla, sharing a photo of a small white box, surrounded by flowers and a rabbit stuffed animal. Isla Marie, our baby girl. We will love you forever and hold you in our hearts until we hold you in heaven. The couple wrote in a joint Instagram post. Laid to rest 4.19.2024. A week later, Duggar shared a photo of herself crying as she grieved Isla's loss. I carried you for every second of your life, and I will love you every second of mine, she wrote. 1 week ago today we laid our baby girl to rest. We will love you forever, Isla Marie. Jana Duggar Vuolo says teachings from her former church instilled belief she wasn't enough. It's drilled into you exclusive. Jana Duggar Vuolo is reflecting on the hard parts of her upbringing. The Counting on Alum, 31, was raised in the controversial ultra-Christian organization, the Institute in Basic Life Principles, IBLP. In recent years, Jana has been outspoken against IBLP's teachings and its minister, Bill Gothard. Reflecting on the impact being in IBLP had on her life, especially with the release of her new book People Pleaser, Breaking Free from the Burden of Imaginary Expectations, Jana now recognizes how it contributed to the false belief she had that she was not enough. Related, Jana Duggar Vuolo had loved ones who were very unkind when her book exposed her family's church. Exclusive, I will just say a lot of it started when I was in the teachings of Bill Gothard, because there was so much that was drilled into you through what he said about trying to please your husband, and if you don't, he's going to leave you, because you don't have a perfectly clean house, or maybe you don't make the dinner on time, or you're not joyfully available to him at all times, she tells People exclusively. It was all so focused on do this, do this, do this, do this, otherwise, you're not going to be enough for him. Even having differences, because arguments don't equal rejection, and that's something that I've learned over the years, she says. Jana credits her husband Jeremy Vuolo, with whom she shares 2 daughters and is currently expecting a 3rd child, for having helped me learn that because he's so amazing, she says. When we were first married, he would say, "Where do you want to go to? Dinner?" And I'd be like, "It's okay, babe. Wherever you want to go is fine," because I could never tell him what I was actually thinking out of fear of. Those teachings kept coming back to mind, just have it all together for him, she explains. He was like, "No, this is ridiculous. I want to know who Jana is." The 19 kids and counting alum continues, he wanted to know who I truly was. He pushed me to be vulnerable. He wanted to hear what I was thinking. Even if he said something that I disagreed with, he was like, "Tell me what you think, Ginge. I don't care." He said, "I want to hear even if we have different opinions." The People Puzzler crossword is here. How quickly can you solve it? Play now. Doing so was something she initially regarded as something that was hard for me to do, she says. It took me years to come to the place where I felt I was actually speaking my mind and able to open up. He was so good about that, and to this day, he just continues to want me to grow, challenge me to be myself, and push me to be my best. Related, Jana Duggar Vuolo wanted to share from my own heart as she candidly details struggles with people-pleasing in new book. Exclusive, Jana hopes that her new book, People Pleaser, helps others realize their own issues with the matter to aid in their respective journeys to resolve the problem. I think anytime you open up, anytime you share, especially as a people pleaser, you know once it's out there, and you can't take it back, she shares. Some of the stories I share are very raw and are very real. People can take them as they will. In my mind, I was like, okay, I want to be as open and vulnerable as I can be, because that is part of the need that we see.